How you doing, guys? Professor EC with another BLADE-OSOPHY Sunday, and today I have a special phrase for you. This was given to me by my best friend who thought that I would enjoy it. She read it in some book. I don't know the author, but anyways, I thought it was very appropriate for this Sunday and for the topic that I've been thinking about for this episode. And that is how tough life is and how wonderful it is at the same time. And well, that has to do with sharpening and has to do with our knives, our beloved knives. So here goes the phrase. It goes something like this. Life is like a sharpening stone. It either refines and polishes you, or it turns you to dust. How wonderful is that? And it is pretty much life, isn't it? And for those of us who sharpen, we totally get it. We totally understand what they're talking about. And we have this joy, the joy of the hobby, right? Of knives, and perhaps even the joy of sharpening. But then something comes along with that joy, and that's anxiety. Might be sometimes when we are beginning anxiety or being afraid of scratching the blade or messing up. And at the same time, we overlook that those mistakes will teach us how to sharpen correctly. And that there's no way we can go about sharpening without making mistakes. There's no way we can go about life without making mistakes. And those mistakes will be our teachers. Life comes in pairs, binomials. There is no life without death. There's no happiness without sadness, or light without dark, deep without shallow, health without sickness, hot without cold, and as I just watched win without a loss. And that's I want to refer that to the football games I just watched, and particularly one, the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. You know, I'm a Packer fan, right? But more than just a Packer fan, I'm a fan of the game. I adore football. I love football. I played when I was young, and since I was very little, that's been my favorite sport all along. So I am grateful for all the figures I've been able to watch in my life. Greatest of all times, Joe Montana, and following him, Tom Brady, and a fantastic Walter Payton, Eric Metcalf, John Elway, Bernie Kosar, Dan Marino, Phil Simms, Troy Aikman. And I focus more on quarterbacks because, well, I played that position. Always been in love of that position. But I have, like I said, I've loved the game. And particularly this game, it's a history repeats itself, because it's a scene that I've watched many times when Peyton Manning retired and he shook Tom Brady's hand in their last game they played. And that was the last time they would face each other, with that fantastic rivalry they had. And how many times have we not seen that? And today it was the turn of Drew Brees losing against Tom Brady. And of course I was rooting for the Bucks, because I do like how Brady plays, and I think he deserves it. Not that Breeze didn't, but it's just life. It's just how the game is, and it's just how life is, isn't it? There are winners and losers, and there can't be one without the other. And if I had to sum it up, it's a bittersweet feeling, right? And so this metaphor about life being like a sharpening stone means precisely how tough life is, and how tough we have to get, because, like the metaphor says, either it refines and polishes you, or it pulverizes you. It turns you into dust, right? Because it does. We all know how tough life is. But at the same time, these tears and difficult moments, when we're able to live through them, they become the salt and sugar and spice of our life. At least that's what I think. That's the way I like to see it. A life without any turbulence. And it's not that I want to have turbulence in my life. That would be ridiculous. But it just is, right? And I think the thing about it is to learn from it, to be able to appreciate the turbulence that comes along naturally with life. Together with my best friend and partner, we had 24 beehives, and wonderful experience. And our teacher in matters of dealing with bees told us one thing very early, starting with to work with bees, and he just said something that stuck with me for years, still has stuck with me. And you are going into bee territory, so expect to be stung by a bee or two. It is only natural. As it is natural, if we use blades, it is only natural that at a certain point we're going to cut ourselves. And isn't that true? I have lost count of how many cuts I have. It was the same with the bees. I lost count how many times I got stung. And isn't it the same with life? We're going to get stung. We're going to laugh, and we're going to cry. We're going to feel joy, and we're going to feel pain. But that doesn't make life unworthy. On the contrary, I think it makes us appreciate if we take a good hard look at ourselves and life. If we stop every day for a while and just lose time purposefully, that is, think, relearn to think, relearn to live life, because it is getting harder. And it ain't gonna get easier, right? Unless we learn what we are suffering from. If I have a disease, I want to know what I have, what the disease is, so I can attack, so I can do something about it. And that's a whole different ticket, right? When you can do something about it, when you decide to do something about it, and not stay in the shadow of ignorance, denying what is happening, denying the fact that we're going to age, we're going to get sick, and we're going to die at some point. As our blades will suffer the same destiny as we will. But hopefully, we'll get to enjoy them while they're in our hands. There we go. Hopefully, we'll get to cut many things, many boxes and paper and whittle and food prep and really take advantage of the blades we love. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that. Hopefully, we'll learn how to sharpen our knives and our lives before it's too late. And we'll have perfectly sharpened blades, well polished, that cut through ignorance and through tragedy, and leave us with just the nature of reality. What is the nature of reality? Well, that's for each one of us to think and find out. But in the meantime, we get to share and we get to experience different flavors. Like watching Tom Brady win and Drew Brees perhaps say goodbye for the last time, and seeing a great one leave the stage. We don't have so many great ones left. And that's why I say that I love the game, because though I'm not a New Orleans fan, I do know that Drew Brees was a great quarterback, and he will be missed in the field, as Joe Montana is. Yeah, new ones will come, but I don't see in the near future a next Joe Montana or Tom Brady or Drew Brees and so many others. And that's the bittersweetness of life. Being able to participate in this stage, enjoy with what comes, whether we cut ourselves, whether we scratch our blades, Whether we cry or we laugh. There. Life. Life is like a sharpening stone. It either refines and polishes you, or it turns you to dust. I hope it refines and polishes your edges. Professor EDC, hope you have a great week. Out.